All right, let's talk about something that so many businesses are dealing with right now, just digital chaos. You know the feeling? We're going to look at how you can get from that messy, fragmented state to a future that's streamlined and, well, assured. And we'll be using the DVMS transformation framework to guide us. So, let's dive right in.
So let me ask you this. Does it ever feel like all the different parts of your organization, the tools, the teams, the processes, are all speaking completely different languages? I mean, if you're nodding along right now, trust me, you are not alone. That's what we call digital fragmentation. And it can be this invisible anchor that's really holding your business back.
And this image, wow, it just nails it, doesn't it? You've got these gears that aren't connected, these locked-off boxes, question marks floating all over the place. I mean, this is exactly what happens when your systems aren't talking to each other. It just creates this tangled web of pure confusion and, honestly, inefficiency. Okay, so let's put a name to this enemy we're facing. We're going to call it the fragmentation problem. And it's so important to understand that this isn't just some minor annoyance. No, this has real, actual costs that affect pretty much any organization out there.
So, this whole fragmentation thing really boils down to two huge challenges. First up, you've got the burden of just fragmented operations. This is where you have different teams basically doing the same kind of work, but in totally different ways. It's such a waste of time and money. And then there's the visibility gap. Think about it. If you can't see the whole picture of what's going on, how in the world are you supposed to know if you're compliant or where the biggest risks are hiding? It just leaves you with a ton of uncertainty and exposure.
Let's really lay this out, side by side. You've got the old way and the new way. The old way is all about silos, inefficiency, and it's just loaded with risk. But the new way, the one we're aiming for, that's cohesive, it's efficient, and it gives you a sense of assurance. It's really the difference between constantly putting out fires and being totally prepared for what's coming down the pipeline.
So the big question is, how do we get from the old way to the new way? Well, the very first, most critical step is all about creating a single source of truth. It's about unifying the entire system.
And the key idea here is something called the system of record. The best way to think about it is like the central nervous system for your whole organization's governance. It's not just a place to dump data. Not at all. It's about creating one single authoritative source for everything, a common language that everyone and every system can finally understand and use.
And you can see that idea right here in action. You see those separate locked-up blocks? They're all merging into one single solid platform. This is that foundational move we're talking about, literally breaking down the walls between different teams and processes so you can build something way stronger and way more cohesive.
Okay, so once you've got that solid foundation in place, the rest of the transformation is built on 5 key pillars. This is really the heart and soul of the DVMS framework.
Yep, 5. 5 pillars that are designed to support a totally new way of operating, a way that's driven by actual evidence and built for resilience.
The really crucial thing to get here is how these 5 pillars all work together. So first, your operations become value-driven. They're linked to real evidence, not just guesswork. Next up, the whole system becomes proactive. It starts catching issues early and makes it crystal clear who is accountable for what. Then, you're pretty much always audit-ready because of automated evidence collection, no more last-minute scrambling. After that, by harmonizing your standards, a single process can suddenly satisfy a whole bunch of different global requirements. And finally, all of this together creates a super stable platform for real innovation, letting you experiment and grow without messing up your governance.
So with that whole structure locked in, the focus can totally shift. You're no longer just fixing problems all the time. Instead, you're actively building the future. This is the path to real, sustainable growth.
And right here, this is the payoff. That rocket ship you see isn't just a cool little graphic. It stands for actual, sustainable growth. What happens is the system creates this powerful feedback loop. You innovate, you measure the results, you improve based on what you learned, and then you do it all over again, getting stronger and smarter every single time.
You know, the source material really puts it perfectly. The whole goal is to move past that state of fragmentation, to get to a place where you have continuous audit readiness, harmonized global standards, and, most importantly, that sustainable loop of innovation we were just talking about.
So, what does this whole transformation actually unlock for you? Well, you get to tap into constant innovation. You get the incredible efficiency that comes from harmonized standards. You build the momentum of continuous improvement. But maybe the biggest prize of all, you gain real, genuine preparedness for the future, no matter what it throws at you.
And when you look at it like this, the impact is just crystal clear. Your inefficiency and risk, they plummet, Meanwhile, your audit preparedness and your capacity to innovate, they just shoot through the roof. It's a fundamental game-changing shift in how the business actually runs.
When you boil it all down, what we've really been talking about is a strategic choice. It's about deciding, you know what, we're going to stop just patching leaks all the time and start building a much stronger ship. It's about shifting from that reactive mindset of always fixing problems to a proactive one of building a solid platform for the future.
And that brings us to one last question for you to think about. I want you to really look at your own organization's systems and processes. Are they just a collection of band-aids and fixes from the past, or are they a truly unified platform that's actually ready for the future?